I never talked to my child again, and she never made it back home. She wasn't feeling well. She had alcohol poison. They couldn't get her pulse. Each one of the people that was there with her was telling a different story. The autopsy came back. They said it didn't have anything to do with alcohol. Said that she had been, she had a broken neck, and her spine in the back was cracked. To the very last minute. And then on top of that, they said the maid found them.
Story, and if you don't know, it is about a young black woman who passed away. She went to a vacation to Mexico with her friends, and she ended up dying. And when they put the story out, they said that the friend said that she had alcohol poisoning and she wasn't feeling well. Like, just for a video to come out of her literally getting beat down by one of the girls on the trip, and nobody did anything but record and watch and say, at least fight back. For one, in that video, she clearly wasn't fighting back, y'all. And some people just ain't fighters, aren't like that. So who wants to even fight somebody who's not a fighter? Like, that's whack as fuck, if you ask me. Like, that's number one. Number two, why was y'all recording her? She was naked. Y'all have no respect for somebody that y'all on a trip with, that's celebrating a birthday with y'all. Like, whatever. Like, ooh, I could go on and on about this, y'all. And then this is another thing that blows my mind. I've been in a situation where I'm going on a lot of trips, and I've been in situations where I've gotten invited to birthday festivities where somebody that I might not fuck with might be there. Let me tell you something. Birthdays are mad important to me. I'm willing to put my differences aside to celebrate one's life. It's never that serious to where someone's life got to be took. Like, never that serious. And I say all this and I speak on this topic to say, cut people off if you feel like that energy where y'all, it's not worth your life. It's people out there that are really cruel and grimy. Bitches is mad grimy. It's never worth your life. Like, I'm to the point where I don't care if I have to be my own friend. Like, for real. It's never that serious. Like, a pretty young black woman took, and then y'all have the nerve to call her mother, and all of y'all have different stories. Like, that's ridiculous. That's ridiculous. I got a call, but anyways, all that to say, ladies, please be safe and just, choose your friends wisely, who you go on a trip with. I don't know the situation, so I don't want to speak much on it, but I do have my own experiences, and shit could get a little stinky, especially when money's involved and stuff like that. So just, I don't know what the situation was, so I'm not gonna speak too much on it. But just be safe, and I'm just sending out my love and my condolences, my prayers to her family, and I hope they get the justice they deserve.
Welcome back to my YouTube channel. We have very sad news about the passing of Shanquella Robinson. It's really so heartbreaking that we have lost such a young lady at that age of 25. Actually, the family is also in this moment mourning the loss of their daughter weeks after she didn't return home from a trip to Mexico. Actually, it's really so saddening that the family is passing through this moment in this time. I remember parents Bernard and Salamandra said Shanquella Robinson left Charlo on a trip to Cabo, Mexico with a group of friends on October 28. But sadly, they would never see their daughter alive again. It's really so heartbreaking that parents have to lose their daughters in such a way. Actually, they spoke with her on Friday evening, and she was having dinner, and they never spoke to her again. Salamandra, the mother, said on Saturday evening, and they called, and she said she wasn't feeling well, and they were going to call a doctor. And when they called a doctor, he hadn't arrived yet, but they said she had alcohol poisoning. Actually, the Robinsons were told that Shanquella died from alcohol poisoning, but they aren't convinced that is actually the case. After they said it was alcohol poisoning, we received the autopsy report on Thursday, and it said that her neck had been broken and she had a back spasm. There was a crack, spinal cord was a crack. That was said by her parents. Actually, that took it to a whole nother level because that meant somebody had attacked her. Since she passed away in Mexico, national agencies have become involved in Mexico. Actually, they are also made aware of the incident, and in the response to the young woman's death, the U.S. Department also is working hand in hand with the Mexico country to follow up on this issue. Actually, the U.S. Department issued a statement that they were aware of this report. Protecting the welfare of the U.S. citizens overseas is among their top priorities. Out of respect for the privacy of those involved, actually in this moment, very many channels and us here, we can't provide exactly what happened until we get the real source. Remember, Robinson's body arrived back in Charo on Thursday, and very many people went on to see what really happened when the body came. But unfortunately, they were not able to see the body live and face on face. Actually, a funeral service has been scheduled for next Saturday, and we shall be giving it to you live here on Access News. All I've been doing is just crying, trying to figure out what happened. And these words were really said by her father, who is really heartbroken, including the mother. I can't even be a grandfather, can't even walk her down the aisle. She's really gone. Tearfully, the father cried. The family has contacted the FBI's Chalo branch to help solve the mystery surrounding Shari's death. They also said the private investigator could be heard if answers don't become clear. In this trying moment, we want to say our dearest tributes and condolences, and we want to say rest in peace, Queen. You will never be forgotten. Actually, we are also telling all the US American people to be aware of such incidents so that they don't fall victim. Actually, rest in peace, Charlotte. You have given us a very